Was that a pic from the... Yes, that is the pic that I uploaded to the Insta, that with the motorhome, yes. That was on Zandvoort. When the random events were still cool. One evening. And then nobody wanted to drive it. Matson? Matson! It's probably Matson, right? It's probably not pronounced as a harsh O. Harsh O? God, I'm stupid. I mean, okay. Yes, he is Swedish. He's quite aggressive. He's quite aggressive, I have to say. Maybe not then. Maybe it's just me. Maybe he's just aggressive to me. But yeah, he drove quite a lot for our races here. He has a vendetta. Why? I'm just your friendly neighborhood German. What did I do? Same stupid shit. Von dem Maxi und muss sagen, du hast Real Talk ein geiles Setup. Danke, Taubi. Das ist normalerweise ein rein englischer Stream. Aber ab und zu kann man auch schon mal Deutsch reden. Ich hatte sehr viel Glück damals, dieses Setup zu bekommen. Das war ein Deal, den ich gar nicht ausschlagen konnte. Und, ja. Viel Glück gehabt. Und, ja. Schaut auf Kleinanzeigen. Immer auf Kleinanzeigen schauen. Yes, indeed. Can confirm. Ja. Ich sag mal so, Taubi, für den Preis hättest du es auch genommen. Sag ich dir so, wie es ist. This is qualifying, by the way. He's fighting and qualifying. Matson. Is it Matson or is it Matson? Statin, I need some languageology here. This is qualifying. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Son of a bitch. Matson. Okay. But different. Okay. There we go again. There we go again, Fredipad. More Swedish. Ah! Oh! You could have said that right at the beginning, and I would have exactly known what you mean with that. Now I'm exactly at the same point as before. Matson. I don't know. Matson. Yes, Swedish. Yeah, what I want to do with the Discord anyway in the future at some point, because we do have a translation area, that I'll put up a channel for every question about German that I can translate into English and so on and so forth, that we, if some people have some questions. Qualifying. Oh, another one! Ja, da freue ich mich. Ja. If he boots me, I'm done. You ever drove a real race? So I mean in real life? No, actually not. Never. I only do sim racing content for half a year now. Actually, Taubi. It would be a huge honor at some point to sit in a real car. Not to mention a race or something. Never karting either. It was either this or karting. It was either a down payment on a good setup, which I got a very, very good shot for it, or go to the local karting stuff and test it there. Because, as you know, I have some difficulties with, glad you chose this, yes. I do have some issues with my leg, so a down payment of $500 for a setup where I didn't even know if I could use it was a bit of a far stretch. So it was either this or like pay 10, 20 bucks for 5 minutes at a karting track and try to test if I could even move the car a centimeter. If I could use pedals, stuff like that. I had to figure that out on myself. There was a very, very good deal. I paid the amount of money, I got it here, and I used it immediately, and it became what it is now. Got very, very lucky, not only for the offer, but when you boosted me and first time you sent my Bluetooth headset flying. What is that force feedback of yours, Yodake? Do you have like bus boxes below your seat, or can I ask what happened to your legs? Or I mean, I can for now what exactly happened I won't disclose yet. I will at some point. What I can say is that I am paraplegic, so I have a bit of a problem with my spine, and that affects my legs. I'm open to discuss it at some point, and I'm not shy to talk about it, but I think in and between streams, this might not be the topic that I want to rush. That's the only thing I would say about this. But we will talk about that at some point. Please, can somebody watch out how many liters we have left when the race is over? And so that we can adjust the setup. Just one of you watch that that we maybe figure out how much liters it is. Or somebody maybe already did it from yesterday. Points, oh yeah, true, yesterday was 0.7? So we're basically on the money. Matson says something. How much you all got? I don't know, I just made it up. Oh, ace. Oh, ace. Dev. I'm lost anyway, so I'm just chilling here. I'm just chilling. Yeah, at some point, I would love to drive at least a real car. Doesn't have to be a race car or something. But I think I would enjoy that. But there has to be a possibility of it. I might, that is a very huge if, sit in a Estonia in the next month. But that's just sitting in an old Formula car.
I might have done an oopsie.
And I probably won't drive it. But last year, when I forgot to ask if I actually could, And somebody from the security said you just had to ask, and we would probably have shown you the paddock, and you might have been able to sit in one of the cars. And I want to try it this year again at Lausitzring. DTM weekend. Usually they have Estonias there, the Formula Easter cars. And I want to say, bitte, and hope they let me sit in one and make a photo. That would be a huge step already. But I'm not expecting much. It's all good. I don't have high hopes or like dreams of being a race car driver, race car driver at some point. This is just not feasible, and the amount of skill issue I show every day on the stream tells you that no team wants to be responsible for what I do to the car and every car around me. Mick, okay, 2026, Mick joins DTM. Yeah, sure. I'm just this Kevin van der Linde guy. I'll pick a seat. It's fine. Is he even driving? I think he's driving still, right? Sheldon and Kelvin. I think they still drive. Or Bortolotti with his Lamborghini could also do that. Nah. When would I stream when I join DTM? You know? And I'll probably drive one race. Crash the car, and then I can go home. I already get scared of Schlebusch in the back. I mean, that is probably possible, actually. I think some do that. I think some teams do that, actually. I mean, imagine. It would be crazy, and I mean, I am no shape or form know that if this is possible at any point. But just imagine.
And today here, in the car number 70, Mick Tromke, the wheelchair driver.
Just participating would be enough. Can make that happen in Italy. I might go into financial ruin if I crash the car. I don't want that. I will boots. This will be a very, very financial, irresponsible boots I do. And I'll probably be so much on adrenaline that I even joke about it. It's like a shitbox, like an... Okay. Maybe we have to talk about this. Yeah, but the thing is, I would like to start with the sponsor for my stream to begin with, and then we can talk about all the funny things I can do. Because at the moment, streaming is cool and all, but it's running me dry one way or another. So, going into a competitive racing scene with the disability I have, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that is a possibility. I like the talk though. I like the talk. It's uplifting. But first I should probably start sitting in a car. In an actual car. I don't have a license. I have no driver's license. Sim racing is literally the only driving I do. I have never sat in a car. Well, okay. Well, let's say, yes, when I was very, very young, I actually sat in a car. and drove it. That's just the things kids sometimes do with their parents. On an old, like, field or something. Just to test if you can do clutch and throttle. But other than that, I have never driven a car. This is all I have. Yeah, it's just not on official roads, but just so you can experience it. And also, I think parents do that to bring the driver's license a bit closer to you and just maybe hype you up a bit for it. The thing is only half a human. I think I'm shit at everything in terms of driving. Ah, no, I don't. Not that's negative self-talk, but I never really think of myself as anything good or so. If I win, I usually put it to luck. If I have good lines, or if I actually make some places, I'll just put it on more training or something like that. I'm very cautious when it comes to that, to putting myself up as someone who is tough shit with a car or something. I know that I'm not. I'm doing this for 8-9 months now, and I wouldn't say I didn't get better. That would be untrue. But I'm still nowhere near where I am. The fucking pro license shows this. This is driving me crazy. The goddamn pro license. I mean, I tried. By the way, Fredipat, I mixed and matched your setup a bit, like brake bias and so on. And I always have the problem that the first few laps I get close to the target, and then, let's say, 2-3 tries in, I can barely get 36. I just, whatever I try. It seems if I go onto the track, like, without any knowledge, just do a few laps, I get as close as possible to the actual target. The more I try, the worse I get. I think the same about myself, but and I see you driving after only 8 months. I think you're quite good. The problem is, I believe that maybe I don't want to open up a critique of the self-destructing life of comparing yourself to others. But there's always a bigger fish, and I mean, back then, it was, for me, it was quite cool being a rookie and learning everything from step one, and like just having fun with it, side-by-side racing and so on. And then you have your AM license and you think, okay, what's next? Oh, the Pro AM license. So there's always a next goal. It never ends. You know the tires are done after 4 laps. Are they? No. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that technically, Yodaka. I mean, I teleport to pits and I try again. That's what I mean with runs. So I run it down for 4 laps. I teleport to pits. I try again. I'm slower. I teleport to pits. I try again. I'm slower. That's what I mean. We're talking fresh tires. I want a next goal. But that's the thing. There's always a next goal. And yeah. That's why I started to now say, fuck pace rating. Safety rating is something I value very much, so I will always go for that. Lap record on all tracks. Yeah, Predipad, sit on it. I'll find some new brake pads for you, Fredapad, that you can have fun with. But yeah, that's why at the moment I'll probably sit on the pro license still. Sometimes once a day, sometimes I skip a day, but I try not to rush it anymore. It's stupid. It would be good for sponsor talks, really, for the stream, but I just don't care. I think it's destructive if I go buy it like that I have to force it. That's the same thing I did for the Pro-Am license, and down the line, it wasn't healthy for me, because then I had it and then I didn't feel like I deserved it. With the Pro license, it will be the same. I will compare myself to Gavaz, to Lobkov, to Durkaj now that is close or has his Pro license already, and I will always think those guys are way faster. And today, when we are driving Club versus Cup, we will see what I can do in the Mazda. But at the moment, I'm quite in the mid in terms of the MX-5 in my class, in the Pro-Am class. And there are some AMs that are quite quick, but that's the Bagley paradox, I would call it for now. No, maybe not. I try to tie it with the disability so they don't think I'm just driving at the back of the grid and just try to finish. I want to at least try to go and say I am quite competitive about this for the future streams and so on, that a sponsor should see that I take this matter very serious and that I'm actually going for my pro license, even though they don't immediately know what that means. Yeah, and I think it's the same issue that only half a human just said, when I see you, I think you're quick. And I would say the same about you, Fredapad. But in your head, the response is always yes, but not as quick as them. It's comforting, for sure, but it's always hard to see yourself the way in the time frame you are right now. You always think, I'm not progressing, I'm not doing what is necessary, I have to be fast, I have to be better. I think that is like almost always a self-critique that has to be managed a bit. That you don't push yourself over the edge and just sometimes take a step back, see where you are in this particular moment and say, I'm still quite quick, and in comparison to everybody else on the grid, I'm not last. And if you read my bio on WSS, you know that that's exactly my goal that I went into. I didn't want to be last, in any case. Compared to now, the thing is sometimes I drive Lime Rock or like tracks I know very well and I seem to have forgotten everything. That's the moment where I think I didn't progress at all. But then I compare the times and see I am quicker than I was back then. And that is the magical substance that I can't really grasp or reach. This is something you get better with time without really knowing why. The base skill of it, that I don't know where it comes from. Why wasn't I faster back then? Why didn't I see it, even though Ace was coaching me back then for Bikaniki? How did I still find more time when I was on Bikaniki again? Where does this time come from? Is it purely skill? Is the setup for the MX-5 maybe different? I don't know. I think I'm quicker, because I see it in the times. But then, every time and every new season of MX5, I see people, rookies and AMs, become quicker and quicker. And that is what kind of destroys me. There was a point where I knew on Lime Rock, when I start as a Pro-Am, and I start quite in front, I can hold that. Now that's not the case anymore. It's some AMs and some rookies are just pounding me. I feel like right now I'm learning how to become quick all over again. I felt like I plateaued for so long. Interesting. Yeah, I knew it. Yodaki, you had to say it. Maybe it's just because I race more now. I mean, that's also the thing. I'm 6 to 8 hours I'm racing in this every day. In 8-9 months of me buying this and actually driving, I made 1,400 hours on Assetto Corsa. This is, of course, a bit of casting also, but this is mainly MX-5 driving. And I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at it really transparent. From the start of my license up until now, and I started on the 27th of June. So we're actually going for the full year at some point. Very, very soon. I have started, or at least I have finished almost 800 races. Oh, you don't see it. Almost 800 races. With some DNS, some DNF. I'm extremely happy with clean finishes. That is what I pride myself on. And those 42 wins, I don't think... I earned maybe 5 of those. The rest was just lucky, or MX5 when only 4 or 5 people are in there and everybody else is rookie, something like that. Don't think I really fought for it. I mean, look at that. Yesterday I won Spa. But I was the only one that trained and actually drove it. Yodake was a bit too late to actually drive. And this was basically only half a human's first race on WSS. But then you have something like Sparkplug for 14 out of 18. 6 out of 7. Tough pill to swallow. V4 engine, we don't talk about that. That's just something specific. How many of those wins are indie? Okay, we have, yeah. 8. I believe 7 or 8. I didn't have 30 wins on indie. I think Schlebusch had 9 wins on indie and I had 7. I wasn't that much of a winner on indie. You might... I was winning, actually, but... That's safety rating. Maxed it out. The graph only shows 100. Driving safe, yes. Also driving slow. It's an issue, I know. It's an issue, mainly skill.